All right, hey guys, welcome to Monday Move, where we enhance your asana. Today is working with a seated forward fold, so Paschimottanasana. So similar misalignments happen in this pose, like the standing forward fold of Uttanasana, and we'll kind of review that and get you into your best seated forward fold. So let's come onto our mats. So in seated forward folds, there are some great tools and props that you can utilize. One being a blanket, a block or two, and a strap or a belt. So like I mentioned, there's similar misalignments that happen in the seated forward fold that happens in the standing forward fold. And the main one is, again, using your lower back to find your reach towards your toes instead of the hinge at your hips. Okay, so the difference with that is, so if your legs are straight out, you get the kind of like the pelvis tucks underneath, and then you're reaching forward like this. So that's a no-no. What we want to do is lift up onto our sits bones, the front of our sits bones, and then with a long spine, start to hinge where our hip joint is. See how the difference of my back is compared to this and this. The difference is hinging at the hips and not rounding through your spine. Because what do we do all day? We do this all day, right? So part of yoga is balance. So let's bring in the balance and work our back body as we forward fold. The other thing is people think that they need to keep straight legs. One of the main reasons why there's a tuck of the pelvis in this is because people's hamstrings are so tight. So to allow the hinge at the hips to have more mobility, a bend in the knees will give you a little slack in your hamstrings, allowing you to find a little deeper of a hinge. So with that, with the blanket, you can roll the blanket up and support the knees this way, just to give a little lift, and then you might be able to fold a little bit deeper. If you need a little bit more lift, you can use a yoga block and bend the knees. I would probably say two, but right now I only have one on hand. So you put one block under each knee, and again, that bends the knee a little bit deeper. Lastly, with the strap, if you really want to keep the straight legs, the strap is nice to wrap around your feet. And then what you do is you pull the strap back. Don't let the outside edges of your feet pull up with it. So keep your feet nice and level, kind of like you're standing on the floor. You lengthen the spine, and then what you do is you just use the pull of the strap to bring your torso forward, but keeping your chest open. Okay? So that's kind of the best way to activate the hinge here. One other thing that I like to incorporate into the forward fold is not only not just doing a passive forward fold. I like to incorporate a little resistance into the pose. So not only am I stretching my hamstrings, but I'm also engaging them at the same time. So I'm really pressing the back of my legs down into the mat, almost lifting my heels up off the ground to fire my hamstrings. And then as I fold, I can actually go a little bit deeper. The more I'm pressing down into the floor, the deeper my lower back opens up, the more the hamstrings are willing to give, and the more I can fold. So one other cue I like to use a lot too is keeping the collarbones broad. So as you fold, I don't want the shoulders to dip in towards your heart center. I want you to keep your shoulder blades, the back body, I want you to keep those shoulder blades pulling in towards the spine as you reach forward. So nice long collarbones through the front of the body, back of the legs anchoring down into the floor. And you're hinging here at your hip joint, not through your back. And once you have that nice long spine and you're about at your end range here, That's when you can slowly start to soften the head and bring the nose closer to the floor. 5, 10 breaths, whatever you feel the body needs. And then when you're ready, you slowly walk your hands back into staff pose or Dandasana. Okay, so it looks like a pretty simple pose, but there are a lot of components to this. So remember, just like a standing forward fold, you want to hinge through your hip joints. So be okay with bending your knees if that's what you have to do. If you want to keep your legs straight and work that way, incorporate a strap. If you incorporate the strap, again, don't let the toes dip in, or don't let the outsides of your feet pull inward. So keep your feet nice and level as if you are standing on the floor. Collarbones nice and broad, back body's engaging. So when you're folding forward, you're keeping your chest open. Other than that, I believe that is all I have for you today in Paschimottanasana. So go check it out, try it out, let me know how it goes, and use the comment section below to if you have any questions or comments, concerns, anything that you might want to bring to my attention. Definitely use the comment section. And if you do know anyone that may enjoy this Monday Move class, or that may find benefit to it, please share this with them so more people can find yoga and have the benefits in the mind, body, and spirit. You can find out more information at my website at katieschleepwellness.com, and I will see you next week. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.